Okay, all right, ma'ams, let's do this. Come on back to your mat. We are going to begin today in tabletop. Oh, you guys, no videos for you. I saw Becky quit that video real fast. All right, ladies. So when we get ready on our mat, we're going to easy come down to tabletop, just meaning no rush. If you were seated or you're still standing, you're getting yourself ready, take your time. But when you do arrive on your mat in tabletop, we're going to stack our joints. Hands under our shoulders and knees under our hips, and then begin to sway. A sway directly to the left and directly to the right. Seeing if we can push into our outer hips to begin warming those. Draw into your navel, bring it up towards your spine like you're going to zip tie the two together. Strongly engaged for back protection, but soft and breathing in your diaphragm. And when you get ready, we're going to turn each palm so that the fingers face to the left and the right and begin moving to the left and the right. See if you can put weight into each little fingertip. I love to move around like that. So when you do, you'll feel your wrists, your inner wrist tendons beginning to warm up. You can move all the way over as far as it feels good to you. We're going to push a little to our edge. Feel just the edge of discomfort and then back off. Easy warming here. Take another round or two. Feel free to quit side by side and move in circles instead if that feels nicer for your body. Organically moving with your breath. Each shape we make today will be directed by an inhalation or an exhalation. Take one more round with hands this way, and we're going to go the other way. So we've stretched inner wrists, yes? Let's bring our backs of hands down, but make fists as you do, and interlace your knuckles together. Backs of hands are down, but knuckles interlaced. Tuck your toes if they weren't yet, and that way you get a little bottom of foot stretch while you're here. And bend your elbows deeply. As you do, peel your knuckles towards the ceiling. We're going to peel. Try to keep your thumb pressing on the index or the middle finger. Re-interlace knuckles, straighten arms. Little push-ups for our wrists. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try twice more. Inhale. Any breath that works for you. So if you're on the opposite breath, as long as you're breathing, I am super happy. Come on down, my friends, and hold. Press your thumbs on your knuckles. Hold, pull up. Keep curling your knuckles towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, re-interlace. Let's bring fingers forward. Traditional tabletop. Now you may need a little shake. Whew, feel that at the top of your wrist. When you feel less tender, come to traditional tabletop. And we're lifting the heels of our hands. Can you see that? Just the heels of our hands. All finger pads still stay down. In fact, all four fingers, all knuckles stay down. But your thumb, the bottom knuckle there, will lift. All right, so I would like you to try to go as rapidly as possible. Two things to consider. The faster we go, the faster we warm up our forearms and our wrists. And the more we lean forward, ooh, I don't even know if I can lift mine out here. The harder it becomes. Option, we can only do one hand at a time, alternate. Whatever you're doing, move rapidly. Find your breath. We're just gonna go for 3 more breaths. I don't care how many wrist push-ups you do what feels good in your body. I am fascinated by the little wrinkles that come on top of our knuckles when I do this. Doesn't it feel cute? Like I want to stop and kind of pinch it a little bit. One more big breath in and out. All right, my friends, put backs of hands down, palms up, fingers facing your knees, and just pause. A lot of work for the wrists there. We're going to come right off of them. All right, my friends, when it feels good, shift your weight back. Toes are tucked if you untuck them. Shift your weight back. Try to find tiptoe stand. Reach palms forward. Lift your knees softly. You may have fallen backwards there. If you did, catch yourself. Come back forward for tiptoe stand. Forward fold, fingers sweep behind you. Tuck your chin, ladies. Let your head shake no. Set some personal and professional boundaries for yourself today. Shake your head yes to a fantastic weekend ahead. Wiggle your fingers behind you. Give your webbing a little opening and closing. Make a fist and flap your fingers back open. Just move in your wrists. Eye gaze looks forward. Halfway lift. Bend your knees again. Come back to tiptoe stand. Knees forward, chest over hips. Arms reach forward. Option, ladies, arms overhead. A little tougher. we're coming to kneeling again, trying to tap our knees down without any hands. Lean your chest back. Whoa, try to get your knees down, and then lift your butt. Little bit of a back bend. Press your fists into your small back, that little curvature in your back. Thumbs face up and elbows squeeze together to peel your chest open. You don't even have to back bend. Just feel that shoulder and chest opening here. Breathe. And if you feel pretty good in your small back, lift up through your chest and curl over your thumbs. I really love this support and camel pose. If it bothers you in any way in your low back, come out, tuck your chin, sit tall. When you're ready, yogis, eyes forward, body straight, reach back forward, toes are still tucked. We're shifting back to tiptoe stand again. Okay, did you make it safely? Beautiful, fingers behind you. Forward fold, just for a breath. We're gonna move more rapidly now. Tiptoe stand. One breath, whichever breath works for you here. Yes, you might be wobbling a lot, me too. Knees tap down slowly, counterbalance by leaning back. Camel pose, inhale. Option that we just did, or right arm reaches back for your right heel. It does not have to touch. Think about lifting up long, out of your waist, and then over your back ribs. Lifting out of the small of your back. I gaze back up to sky, reach both fingertips to the sky. One more round, my friends. Drop your hips, lift your knees, tiptoe stand, arms anywhere, overhead the toughest. Can you get really tall on your torso before you shift forward? All right, next breath, let's go. Tap down, that's tough. Arms rise, stand tall on your shins. Left arm reaches back, or you can continue supporting your small back with your fists. Breathe in. Take a huge breath in. Eye gaze looks up as the left fingertips re-reach skywards. Last tiptoe stand. We are finding forward fold. Lift. Hips rise. Fingers reach behind you. Bend both knees and sweep your arms to extended mountain pose. Here we are. Open your arms into a big V. Breathe in. Smile in your collarbones and exhale. Clasp your hands. Right thumb on top behind your low back. We're going to get a little juicy here in our stretches. Reach around the left side body. I love this next stretch. Lift your left ear past your left shoulder. And what I mean by that is instead of just letting it fall, we lift and then lengthen. So it feels like a giraffe neck. Right knee rises. We're going to make it funky. And flex that foot, point the toes. And keep stretching with your left ear past your left shoulder. Welcome those wiggles. Flex, point, go as quickly as you can. Circle. I know, it's tough to balance and stretch our necks. Feeling, whoa, breath coming into your right shoulder. If you lost your balance, come back if and when you can. No worries if you're just keeping shoulder and neck. One more round of ankle movements anyway. I'm going to tick-tock, also known as waving at you guys. Hey, come back to the center. Foot falls. Eyes come back to center. Arms reach back behind us. Stretch your chest open. Belly lifting out of hips. Switch your grasp. Left thumb on top. All four fingers travel over. Wrap around the right side. So nice. Reach your right ear, not just down. Up, up, and away. There we go. Left knee rises. Flex. This is optional. All this balancing stuff is very challenging when you're leaning. Point. Flex. Point. You got it. Let's roll, my friends. Seeing if this feels good, if you'd rather continue flexing and pointing or tick-tocking. Do you today. Take care of number one. Try to go for one more big round of breath. Any movements that feel beautiful. Back to center. Foot falls. Arms reach back, but wide open wings. As you do, think about the phoenix rising from the ashes. Lift your body up, 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 up. Step a little wider or hop feet wider for yogi squat. Keep arms up as long as possible. As you shift back, if it becomes too much for your low back, hands anywhere. Sit heavy. Lift up an inch. Pull your pelvic floor up and in. Lift an inch. Maybe more than an inch, yes. An inch or 6, whatever you're lifting. Re-rise. Big breath in, stand tall. One more round just like that. Let's warm up our legs. Sink to any depth your yogi squat. Boy, early in the morning, we get some snaps and crackles in the joints, don't we? Lift an inch or 10, whatever works for you. We're gonna go 4 times. 3 more, yogis. Breathe. Breathe again. Last one, we stand tall. Reach fingertips to floor, wide leg forward fold, turning toes parallel to one another. Bend your left knee, left fingers stay down, right arm rises, twisted fold. If you'd prefer, left hand can grab your shin or your ankle or your knee for a little bigger version of this twist. Eye gaze floating upwards, give fingers a big wiggle. Switch when you're ready, eyes down, fingers down. Right arm lands somewhere safe, right knee bends, left leg straightens, and we lift into a twist. Don't forget to wiggle. Anytime you can find a freeing moment, give yourself a liberating wiggle. Moving right hand somewhere new and interesting. Top arm falls. Wide leg, forward fold. Right leg steps back. Staying in a wide stance, left to right, drop your right knee and your shin, top of foot flat. Let's bring our hands anywhere that we feel drippy in our hips, really pulling into the front hip flexors, sinking down. Feel inner thigh in this wide lunge. If you need to stay, please do. But if you can, we're going to shift back to 90-degree knees. Might need to close the gap a little bit. 2 90-degree bends in our knees. Lift the ball of your foot. Give your toes a little scrunchy wiggle. And drag your left heel back to your right knee. Drag. Arms rise if you can. Press the left ball of foot down. Lift your heel. Spread the toes wide. Drag your ball of foot back towards your right knee. Ready? Whoosh. Oh, feel that instigation? Instigating a little fire, starting it in that hamstring. It's like a little feel it. Release your heel, fingers float down, come inside your left foot. Wiggle that foot wider if you close the gap, and then lift your left arm skyward. Big twist. Now option, my friends, stay exactly as you are, or roll to the blade edge of your right foot. Let your right hip start to fall towards the floor. Left toes may like to turn out. Big side body stretch over here. Ooh, getting a little wiggly in the right arm. This is a tough one to hang on to. Come back to your wide lunge. Elevate your right toes. Bring that right knee back to life. Give it a little wiggle, a little bend, a little pulse, whatever floats your boat. Step forward, yogi squat. Reach arms forward. Take a big breath in. All movement is welcome, you know that. In my class, you can move and groove as much as you like. Find your way today. Wide leg forward fold. Feet come parallel. Halfway lift. Left leg steps back. And as soon as you get back, let's land left knee. We don't need to be very wide in this one, but we're going to let our hips drip for a moment. Ooh. I don't know about you, but that front hip muscle, the psoas, can get really tight. So we want to gently tug on it like you're testing an old rubber band to see if it'll break. Just pull a little bit, push a little bit. Shift your hips back. 90-degree knees. Might need to move that front foot back a bit. Arms rise so they can stay steady on your hips. Let's start to stoke that fire in our thighs again. Lift up through your right ball of foot. Wiggle through your toes, give them a scrunch or two. And then drag your right heel back towards your left knee. Keep squeezing. Is the top of your left foot flat? Usually easier to squeeze that way. Cool. Press the right ball of foot down. Lift your right heel. Find your balance. And then whoosh, squeeze. That's the noise of squeezing. Whoosh. Squeezing all the air out of our bodies, I guess, for that noise. One more big breath in here. Let your right heel fall. Land hands anywhere. Scoot to a better lunge, one that feels a little more spacious. Move your hands back inside your right toes. Okay, so if you'd like, stay here. Twist open with your right arm for sure. But I love this part. We're going to turn the corner, ladies. Let your left blade edge fall. You have to round your hips to the left side. So you're just kind of hanging out on the left outer leg. And feel a big stretch in your left side body. Breathe there. Try to soften your facial features. When the breath gets very soft, we can ease more deeply into our stretches. Tough to do when the stretch is challenging. Hang on for one more. Soften. Release. Come back to wide lunge. Elevate your left knee. Give it some life. Push around, pulse around, bounce. Step forward, left foot outside your left pinky finger. One little yogi squat with a twist. Left arm wide, right arm opens. Big breath in. Take these right fingers and wrap them around your ribs, behind your back. Little bit, just your fingers around your ribs. Tuck your right elbow inside your right knee. This may be enough. If it feels like you could use a little more stretch here, what's happening to my knee? I'm closing it. That's how we intensify. Maybe you want to sit up in the center, squeeze in, feel a huge stretch through the back of your wing. Open it, retwist if it feels a little too intense. Last exhalation here. Can you stretch it back out? I know, it's very tender. Big breath. Slow and steady release. Might need to massage that arm. That one takes some getting used to, that stretch. Let's switch sides. Right arm down when it feels a little better. Left arm opens, big breath in. You can stay right here, my friends. We don't need to move on to that scary stretch, but if you want to, just like the first two knuckles of your left fingers right behind your ribs so you have the ability to move. Tuck your chicken wing in. This is great, right? Okay, you want to make it bigger? Squeeze your left knee in. There it is. I like to shift back forward. Sometimes I feel like if we're twisted, it brings us out of the stretch a little bit. Shift forward, squeeze, squeeze. Soften your face. Find that soft breath. Now, as you let go, we're going to reopen any knees that closed, retwist a little bit. Give us the space to remove the arm. Stretch back out if you can. Don't expect a lot from your shoulder at this point. And as you drop it back into yogi squat, may need a little wiggle, a little rub, just a little TLC. Nice job. Let's move on. Toes forward, feet parallel, hips rise. So roll your body in a really luxurious stacking spine articulation. Big lift to the sky. Exhale, right back down the way you came. Think ragdoll. Fingers and arms fall, chin tucks. Slowly melting right back down. Twice more like this. Roll to the sky. Don't worry about my speed or anyone else's speed. Lift and lengthen. Next breath, you fall. Crumple. Just let your body release. One more just like this. Rolling up. And we're staying at the top for our cat-cows today. So let's stand tall, my friends. Spread your elbows back. Think like goalpost arms, but pull them back. Press your butt back, top of head back, navel forward. So we find a cow shape. Angry cat. Give yourself a hug. Notice what arm is coming on the top. Hugging around. Maybe you do a little rolling around to feel really released in your back. Inhale, open. Remember which arm was on top there. Cow. Opposite arm on top for that big hug. Cat. Feel free to get as low as you want. Drop your head, move your body. 2 more rounds at your pace. Breathe in. I like to bend my knees here and really push behind me. Even opening in your throat. Exhale round. Hang heavy if you'd like. Final round, ladies. Inhale. And exhale. Nice moment to come within. Close your eyes, perhaps. Take a second to just love yourself. Fully release to forward fold. Let's get moving. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Send your hips far back. Give them a little wiggle. Release on an exhalation. Forward fold. Right leg steps back. Find a high lunge. Now take a second to feel your right calf. So you know me, I like to move and pulse. I'm going to pulse back a little bit. Maybe for you, just the action of pulling your heart away from your heel will help you stretch. Breathe into the right calf. And when you're ready, rise to full lunge. Big breath up and in. Stay wherever you feel solid in your legs. Hold your right wrist. Lift, lift, lift. Then tip to the left side. So if we're on a tightrope, we're going to feel very wobbly. I always like to walk wider with my front foot so I can squeeze inner thighs together. Squeeze, squeeze. enlivening. Come back to center. Release the fingers all the way to touch or hover above the floor, and then sweep them right back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. One more big round just like that. Exhale, finding your frame around that left foot once you work through any wiggles. Step forward, take a big deep fold, but this time drop heavier if possible. Tug your crown towards the floor, possibly by holding backs of legs. Looping index and middle finger, peace fingers, around your big toes. Dragging crown down, or last option, gorilla pose. All three are great ways to increase the length of our back body. One big breath in. Exhale, find a regular fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Out, back to fold. Left foot takes that long lunge back. Feel your calf. Ooh, the best stretch. So you could be moving and pulsing, maybe just pulling your heart from your heel. Push out, breathe into the left leg. Next exhalation, let's squeeze our inner thighs. Rise. As you get settled, feel free to widen up. It's always going to be sturdier this way. Feel a real squeeze through the inner thighs to keep hips squared. And gently tug left wrist skywards. Feel an opening in both side bodies. So as we tip to the right, right armpit is as far as humanly possible from the hip. We didn't do the crunch. We lifted, lengthened, brought brightness and lightness into our side bodies. Inhale. Okay, coming forward this time. Forward, fingers skim the floor, and back. Rise up. 3 more like this with breath, ladies. Inhale. Exhale. Nice release for the shoulders here. Yes. Fingertips will frame that right foot, and we're pushing back. Downward facing dog, finally. Send your hips high. Do whatever your heart desires. So think, what does my body need? What is my body just organically doing? Being super intuitive here and listening to your best, your smartest teacher, your body, over me every step of the way. We'll come together in just a moment. All right, we're gonna roll in your time. Breathe in, roll forward to plank. So try to lift heels first. Lift through the back body. Tail, low back, mid back, upper back. Find your plank. Reverse that, tuck your chin, upper back, mid back, low back, tail, heels, push down. Try again, rolling forward, rolling back. Lift and press the back of your heart to the sky. Really puff your back body as if it's uncontrollably light. It just wants to float, and then you have to capture it. Floating, and then bring it back to earth. One more round, big breath in. Big breath out. Holding, push, push, push through your plank. Squeeze armpits together, inner thighs together. Bun squeeze, chin tucks and looks up towards navel. 3, 2, and 1. Drop knees if you'd like. Chaturanga. I have to move my hands back. We want hands right under. Shoulders are a bit wider. Chaturanga when you're ready. Elbows bend, facing toes. Body melts into the earth, and we wipe or walk toes back. Wiping means that if you landed with toes tucked, you literally push through the bottoms of your feet to wipe them back. If you landed with tops of feet down, you just poke them back. Fingertips to the ground. Drop your your shoulder heads towards the floor. Watch me if you're not sure. Towards the floor, and then roll them back and up. Shoulder heads roll in, shoulder heads roll back. While we're moving through this, can you press through all 5 toes on each foot? Use all of your toenails, not just the big ones, even rolling weight to the edge. All right, pull shoulders back and down. Keep them squeezing together like you're holding a pencil between your blades. Chin tucks, rolling through the upper body like we just did from dog to plank. Articulating a curvature through your spine. Curl up, chin lifts, release down. Rolling cobras, keep pressing all 10 toes into the mat. Using your whole low half to anchor you. Boost up a little freer and lighter in your upper body. Last round. Exhale, rise is my preferred breath. Inhale, lower. Hands come down, palms flat, push back, child's pose. Arms extending super far away, pawing at the earth. Getting a little white in our fingertips. We're gripping so much and walking so far away from our hips. Exhale, press, top toes, hips press to sky, downward facing dog. Let's keep this triangular shape and bend our knees so much so that they hover above the ground. We're crouching in our dog. Inhale, rise. Crouch, hovering down dog, knees hover. Inhale, rise. Let's do 2 more deep knee bends like this. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend your knees just a little and swivel to the blade edge of your left foot, inner arch of your right foot, but continue, my friends, pushing your chest straight back towards your right knee. Big side body stretch. Breathe through the right side. Swivel back, heels to ceiling. Soft knee bend again, swivel to the right blade edge, inner left arch, but keep on pressing, chest back straight. Breathe into your left side body. Rolling back to the center. Readjust yourself so you feel great and lift your left leg high, 3-legged dog. Keep the shape, heel to butt. Still in down dog, left knee towards your nose, stay in your dog. Push back again, 3-legged dog. Heel to butt, knee to nose, stay in your dog shape the whole time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One last round, heel, knee, extend, toes fall. Getting off the shoulders in a moment, yogis. Stay strong, right leg rises. Heel bends to butt, stay in down dog shape. Knee crunches to nose. Push back, let's flow with breath. 3-legged dog. Heel to butt, crunch knee in. Twice more, breathe. Again, breathe. Push away, last round right here. Shoulders are feeling it. Squeeze, push. Land your toes. Thank goodness, tiptoe forward. Forward fold and hold opposite biceps. Woo-wee. What a great workout for the shoulders there. Once you get a hold of your opposite forearms or biceps or elbows, take a little cruise around the corners. Elbows towards your opposite heels. If that doesn't feel super great, you can tick-tock straight to the left, straight to the right. Maybe you want a little peppering of each of them, sprinkle some here and there. When you feel ready, do something interesting to rise, whether it's a roll, a swivel. Maybe for you, you like to lift halfway, press hips back and hinge to rise, whatever feels great in your body. Arms elevate. Exhale, forward and down. Halfway lift. Right leg takes that long lunge back. Warrior 1, yogis. Right blade edge down. Adjust your feet so you're wide enough that you feel you can tug your right hip point forward for square hips. Let's lift our body up to high warrior 1. Arms overhead, big breath. So if we feel we can't swivel our hips at all, we're probably on a tightrope. Widening always helps. There we go, just a little bit goes a long way. Yes, let's open. Arch your arms. This is a tough one. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm swivels back. Can you swivel your eye gaze a little to the left? We're not forcing here. Just being a curious observer, beginner's mind, kind, compassionate, breathing and believing in ourselves. Right fingers reach further forward, hinge at your hips, cross over your left knee, back of hand, helps you swivel just a bit further if you like this. It's a tough one, yeah? Feeling very limited mobility in your left shoulder is very normal here. It's not you, it's just a challenging pose. Breathe in. Wiggle your left toes, soften your facial features, give me a beautiful smiley expression. Come back to center, arms overhead, big lift. Let's take those circles again, all the way forward and down. You're welcome to swing quickly if you like. Stay in warrior 1 legs, just swishing out our shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. I like this because it's a sneaky loaded warrior 1 when we get here. Good work. Let's lift our right heel. Press fingertips around the left foot and push to downward facing dog. Big lift through your hips. Take an inhalation. Exhale, energetically melt your heels down towards the mat. Next inhale, we roll forward plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Can you squeeze your inner thighs and your buns together as you chaturanga? Just a little stronger. Knees or no knees, you decide. Toes are extending far from hips. Fingers reach back this time. Swivel your thumbs so they face the sky and each palm faces out, away from your body. Screwing your shoulder blades into your spine. All 10 toes are working. Tuck chin, breathe, and fog up a mirror under your nose. Exhale, press fingers closer to heels, squeeze blades, uplift your heart. Feel like you're soaring strong. Collarbones open, they're smiling as big as your mind. Release fingers, soften your buns. Press back, child's. Big stretch, pawing at the ground here. Toes tuck, huge lift to dog. Right leg rises, nothing scary, don't worry, yogis. Big lift. Bend your heel to your butt and fan your knee open. Now, as you do, peek out under your right armpit, let your whole side body open. Peek out under your left armpit, and have a little fun challenge. Peek over your left shoulder, but soften your eyebrows as you do. See if you can find your right toes. If you can, wave at yourself. You're looking over your left shoulder and you're waving with your right foot at yourself. Good work, guys. Back to center. Right leg extends, three-legged dog. Look to where we're landing. Crunch knee to chest. Step between the thumbs. Elevate back leg. Float it to supported warrior three. Open your hips, square your hips, whatever makes you happy. Drop your toes. Forward fold, hang heavy. Tug your crown towards the floor. Next inhalation, you rise. Whatever rise feels new and beautiful in today's practice. Exhale, right back down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. As you get your left foot stepping back, find a really nice wide, comfy lunge, and then land into warrior one. But widen up so you feel that you're starting to tug your left hip point forward. Well, once we've gotten there, we rise. Big inhalation to warrior one, bending deeply into your right knee. All of our anatomical situations are different. So some of us may never be able to get our hips forward. Don't fight that. Just go with what is today. Feeling good? Let's twist. Left arm reaches forward. Right arm so wiggles back. Eye gaze is a super helper. So let's look to the right. That makes things feel better. Lifting through your back arm, it wants to droop down towards the floor. Try to keep it up towards your shoulder height. Hinge to me, let's touch like ET phone home. Come on, left fingers, bring it to me. I got you. Then come over that right thigh, big breath in, eye gaze. Swivels more to the right. We're using the left back of hand as a little lever. Come on back forward, re-reach to the sky, but let's flush our arms to the sides and down this time. We're still gonna come forward, so as you come forward to load your warrior one, try to come in front of your right shin so you don't hit some roadblocks. Inhale, rise, 2 more, guys. Feels good, yes? Flush out your shoulders. All right, lift your left heel. Find that beautiful lunge, fingertips fall. Press back, downward facing dog. Take a wiggle, take a shimmy, take a shake, free your body. Let's roll forward into plank, big breath in. Any chaturanga that feels good for you, but I really want you to try to squeeze today from the armpits, through the belly, the buns, the inner thighs, and even your heels. Release. Whole body's gonna work. Toes, knees and thighs rise. Open your toes. The webbing is spread wide, they're all wiggly and liberated. Arms are anywhere, yogis. You can reach back again. I'm gonna go in goalpost. Hovering goalpost arms. And as you elevate, continue breathing. If you're in goalpost arms with me, swivel to the right side. Look out under your left armpit. Seesaws. Come back to goalpost, stay elevated. Swivel to the left side. Look under your right elbow. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more round of seesaws if you're joining me. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center. Melt into the earth. Take a second. That's a really tough one. You can cross one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead or a temple on the back of your hands for a little pillow. Let your feet flop open and shift your hips side to side. We want to get jiggly in our hips like a bowl full of jello. So we squeeze really strong for a long time. Now we just jiggle and wiggle free. Little wiggle never hurt nobody. Push on back to child. Find a great release. Really go long. Tuck your toes, rise in your hips. Take a big breath in, yogis. Lift your left leg. Three-legged dog, heel towards your butt. And as you do, turn your whole body open, looking out under your left armpit. Just feel that great opening coming even into your side bodies, not just your hips. Peek out under your right arm. Nice neck stretches. See which one you enjoy the most and spend some time there. Optionally with me, eyes over your right shoulder. Soften your eyebrows. They want to creep up towards your hairline with this one. Give yourself a little wiggle through your left toes. See if you can find them with your eyes. And then if you do, wave. Wave at yourself. Hey. Come on back to the center. Three-legged dog. Push your left leg long. Look to where you're landing. Find a beautiful lunge right between the thumbs. Help your foot underneath your knee if need be. Hands support you in. It could be like a half moon hip opening or a warrior three, what feels good. And then forward fold. Rolling to rise, hinging to rise. Most importantly, you're asking your body, what do you want? What would make you feel great? Okay, ready for some balancing fun? 2 thumbs up for balancing fun, or just 2 hands up. All right, let's do it. Right knee rises. Push back to airplane pose. We're gonna move with no regard to our wobbles. Don't worry about them, they're gonna come. Rise again, knee lift. Just keep moving, have fun. Star pose. Find width, find length. Flower pose, right heel to butt. Grab your right shin. And we're still opening as wide as we can and as long as we can. Like a star with a little grab of your shin. One big breath in. Beautiful, back to star. Back to knee lift, right leg. Whoa. Back to airplane. Right heel bends towards your butt. Reach fingertips back. We're not actually going to grab, yogis. We're just reaching like we are going to. Keep reaching, keep squeezing right heel to butt. Knee lift, big breath in. Exhale, release. Same thing, left side, big breath in. Work through your wiggles. Push back airplane, plain vanilla. Just push straight back. Reach for your toes. Big breath in, knee lift. Star pose, lean to the right, leg extends to the left. Open your fingers like fireworks shooting out the tips. Flower pose, left heel to butt. Try to stay in your star. Grab your left shin and then go longer. Yep, because you crunched up a little bit when you grabbed it. So we're gonna extend more. Beautiful, star pose. Knee lift, big breath. Airplane with the heel to bun. So as you push back, get steady, no turbulence in knee skies. Left heel to butt. Reach back like you're gonna grab your shin, but we won't. We're just gonna curl in, keep squeezing your hamstring. Big breath, yogis. Exhale, stand tall, knee lift. Release everything. Give yourself a shake. All the shakes you need, all the funny dances that your grandma used to do. Okay, let's move on again. Right knee rises, both arms rise. Flex your right foot. Figure 4, let's cross over. Best part about being at home is that you have lots of objects nearby that are our new yoga puffs. So if you want to push against a wall, oh, it's my favorite thing to do. Feels so good because you can really push and sit deep. Option 2, if you're staying where you are, arms anywhere, or join me. Right hand to inner right thigh. Left arm can be anywhere. Hips, forward, whatever feels great. One more big breath. Now stay pushing down with your right knee, but we're gonna swivel to the left. Both arms can stay open, or you can use your right palm on the bottom of your right foot. Keep flexing in that foot to protect the ankle, knee, and hip above it. We're gonna try to swivel our eyes to the left. And a fun little add-on here is closing your left eye and trying to look for your left thumb with your right eye only. Wiggle, wiggle through your left fingers, soften your face, let your left toes be liberated. Just trying not to clench where we don't need it. Forward we go, both eyes open. Oh, that's hard. Inhale, arms rise, knee lifts. Exhale, release. Let it go, let it go. Do a funnier dance than you did last time. Hey, all right, shake that out. We do those weird things, or we just shake and shimmy so that we get loose. We don't want our muscles to stay tight. Oh, feels good. Arms rise. Left knee. Flex. Cross over. Now, if you want to use your wall again, such a great little push. Just want you to try to send your butt back and down. Optionally adding on left hand, pushing gently. Think more like inviting or guiding, definitely not forcing. Sit your butt back. Right hand can be anywhere. Reaching for me. Someday we'll actually be able to touch one another again. And twisting only if that seems fun for you. Right arm would open. Left hand, high five the bottom of your left foot. Keep flexing that foot so that you're safe in your joints. And try to swivel eye gaze to the right. If you get there, I challenge you to close your right eye and try to find your right thumb with your left eye only. Belly in, breath strong, free where we don't need to squeeze. Just one more cycle of breath. Slowly exhaling, come forward, eyes both open, nice. Lift your left knee. Thank goodness we've arrived to the last. Shake, shake, release. We're done the balances. Do whatever you need, especially if your feet got tired. Roll over the top of your feet. Whew. Shake them out a little more. Okay, let's make our way down. Arms out, rise. A yogi squat, but we're gonna try big toes touching. Try to keep your heels down. I don't care how high you have to stay. Just try to keep your heels down. You can always move your arms somewhere less intense, right? Cool, let's do it. Working on lengthening our Achilles here. It's okay if you fell backwards. Come on back up. We're gonna try to stay squatting. So we're gonna try to stay squatting with our heels down just for a moment. You might have to stay high like me. Working on stretching the backs of our ankles. Deep strength work in the quads, I know. But we're getting into the Achilles. Now, if you're still with me with closed toes, open your knees, let your heels rise, and no hands. Try to sit right back on your mat. We made it. Soles of feet together. Fingers come forward like a forklift. We're gonna press our forearms underneath our calves. So this is fun because we get to push our knees down, at the same time pull up with your forearms, and you'll get this great tugging sensation of your heart lowering. If you're unable to press forearms down, don't worry, just put them wherever it feels good. Would love it if you could turn them up, opening collarbones and surrendering into your shoulders. 2 more breaths wherever you are, and I have a beautiful massage practice for you. I love the possibility here of getting our forehead into our inner arches on our feet. It's a beautiful little circle there, just meant for foreheads. Let's roll to rise. Undo your forklift if you have it. Sit really tall, breathe in. And as you exhale, soft swivel to the right. Hands anywhere that feel helpful. Back to center as you inhale. Exhale, soft swivel to the left. One more time each way, yogis. Breathe in. Breathe out. In and out. As you come back to center, feel free to adjust your feet so they're more crossed than bound angle, but you can also keep them in bound angle. So we're going to use the backs of our forearms here, possibly even our elbow points, and just lean. Oh man, that feels good. Lean into the flesh, so not the hard parts. We're going to go inner thighs, and you can get all into your calves. You want to avoid your ankles and your knees. Back of arm feels great. Press your weight in there, really lean into it. And if you find something, especially in the calf, that's kind of tight, you can get your elbow point in and just like, ooh, get in there. Yeah. Relax deeply into your side body. So you're using your weight to really push in here. And then I like to kind of do it like a massage. Like I'll take my forearm and rub. You can rub on the top of your thigh too. Yeah, and if you stayed over on this left side with me, we're gonna switch in just a second. If you move side to side, keep moving. Feels nice too. All right, so switch if you just did your left side. Use your right forearm faces up, so we use the back of our forearm. Oh, I found a good spot right there. I'm gonna put my elbow in that. Like if you find something that you're kind of like, I don't know if that feels great, put your elbow in it. Work that knot out, work out that tension. Avoid the bony parts, moving into calf as well. So nice. Lots of heaviness to whatever side you're leaning in. Give it another little massage or two. This is like the greatest practice when you're watching a show because you can just work out so much in your legs. Keeps you awake too if you tend to fall asleep while you're watching TV. One more breath wherever you are. Alrighty, yogis, come on around the corner. We're gonna lean back, lift our knees to the sky, and let them swish in windshield wiping for a few seconds. Then we'll let both knees fall left and come on around that corner. Okay, knees are left. 90-degree knees, meaning that our heels are in front of our knees and both joints are bent at 90 degrees. All good? Okay, come to the left, swivel your belly over your left knee, sit up really tall. And when you're ready to exhale, frame your left knee, fall over it. Inhale, rise. Swivel hands to the right, fall over your left calf. Inhale, rise. Swivel to the right, fall over your left arch. Inhale, rise. Come on back for 2 more rounds. You decide, hands or no hands. Making sure that you feel really adjusted in your seat will help you feel confident with no hands. Using breath. I find the most challenging part to be the rise. We always want to use our exhales when we're feeling extra challenged. 1 more round. So I'm inhaling, lowering, and going big exhale, puff it out. Oh man. So as you notice, something probably feels the tightest, right? Which one of those spots? Where would you like to spend some extra time? Bring hands, possibly even forearms down there. Oh, for me, it's over the knee for sure. Yeah. So just pause, possibly move a little bit, but definitely encourage your breath all the way down there. Like to envision our tight, our sore, our tender spots as being dark and balled up. So as you breathe, you're infusing a little bit of electricity or lightness or brightness or warmth, whatever it feels like to you, into that area, and it slowly begins to unravel. It's like throwing the shutters open in your basement. All this light comes in. That's what we want to do with our breath to the tight spots. When you are ready, climb back up from wherever you were. Lean your hands behind you from all that folding. We just want to lift our chests. And as you find a place to stay and open your collarbones, throat, heart, and belly, do you want to twist a little to the left? Oh, that feels so good. Try to twist your heart over to the left side as you lean back. Hopefully you're feeling a big stretch over your ribs. Ooh, nice. Come back to the center if you twisted. Feet flat, a little swish, swish, wiping here, wiping there. If that doesn't suit you, you're welcome to just rub your outer left thigh. Got a great work, so let's give it some relief. When you get ready, both knees will fall to the right. As you do, set yourself back up, just as we were a second ago. 90-degree joints. Both knees, 90. All right, then. Flex your feet. That's usually more protective for the ankle and the knee. Swivel to the right. Both hands frame your right knee. Let's fall. But we're going to use hands for the first round. I like to think about attempting a nose tap on the floor. Hands move left, find your calf. Might not ever happen. 1. That's a good goal. Hands move left, fall over your right arch. Just 2 more rounds with breath, yogis. As you swivel to the right, do you want to? Why not? We can try. It doesn't mean we have to commit to it. Just kind of scoot your buns around so you feel really settled and safe. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we'll use our breath to make it doable. Oh yeah, breath connection definitely helps. Got one more in you? Come on, now pay attention this round. Which one feels like it needs the most pause? Woo, nose taps all of a sudden became a thing of the past. I'm just trying to get my belly lower here. Come on up. Try to soften. Sometimes we get crazy and start to grip when we feel tight. So just ease out. All right, now if you're still not sure, spend some time again. Both hands down. Which one needs you the most? I'm sticking with my original plan, going over that right knee. So fall heavily if you came to forearms, palms turn up. Maybe a little roll around like you're listening to your favorite tune. Dropping your chin, allowing your ponytail to dust the floor will help you begin to come into your parasympathetic nervous system. Maybe we're balancing it, or maybe we're bringing it into dominance, a little more rest and digest at the end of our practice. Climb back up with support, hands under shoulders, rise, lean back. Just give yourself space here. Lots of folding. I like to think about letting the organs kind of move back around into their place after all that crunching in, lift. If you'd like, twist a little with your heart to the right side. Ooh, that feels so good. We get the right ribs, and you might feel a little more back in your outer hip on the left side. If your shoulder blades are squeezed together, you'll have a little pillow back there. If you want to drop your head back, that can be really nice. And when you're done with this, twist your chest back forward, lean away to let your knees come back to the center. If you want to swish, if you'd like to straighten and shake, what feels good? You might just want to rub your outer hips. They worked really hard. All right, my friends, well done. Let's roll back. Now, as we roll back, use your core. So if your legs were straight or bent, however you are, try to keep your heels flat. We're gonna sit really tall to begin. We can even stretch overhead to ensure that we're long. And then come forward, hands away from heart, round your low back. Check behind you, make sure you're free back there, okay? And then roll down one vertebrae at a time, but keep your heels plugged in. I know you can. I know you can. Yes, you can. It was close. Once you get back, my friends, hug your knees to your chest. Or don't, just bring your knees to your chest in any way and rock side to side. I like to hug because I'll put a hand on each knee. And once you get finished with your rocking, you can circle your knees. I love to open them away from one another, especially after all that outer thigh stuff. Moving into circles through your hips, you can keep rocking. If you circle, go in both directions. And as you come back to the center, knees connected, let just your left knee fall open to the left side. If that feels great, bring your hand to the inner thigh and move some heaviness through that arm to really open. You can also extend your left leg completely. You may like to use your peace fingers around the big toe, just whatever way feels really good for your inner thighs to stretch. I like a little rock, so that's why I love to keep the right knee bent, because then, especially if your left low back gives you trouble, you feel really heavy in there and you can kind of push into those tender spots. Maybe some of the edges will soften, maybe some layers will shed. And maybe not. We might just be holding space today for what is. That's okay. Remember, we're being kind and compassionate, curious as to what we're uncovering. Let's rebend any straight left legs. Use your left hand like kickstand and help it back to the center. May need to move it a little bit. That was a big hip stretch. Let's go the same the other way. So our right knee falls open. Use the hand on the outer leg just to see how it feels. Okay? All right, move your hand to the inside. Push a little extra there. If that all feels great, let's extend. Right leg coming out straight. Optionally, grabbing big toe. If you use your peace fingers and your big toe, push your big toe in as much as you're pulling with your fingers. Possibly a little rock side to side, especially over the right low back. Ooh wee, feels so nice. Let's take another beautiful breath in. And as we breathe out, feel free to linger. I always want you to do that when it feels too good to leave. But when you are ready, we'll rebend any straight right legs. Use your right hand on the outside like a little helper to press up, possibly moving through that right knee or maybe both knees. Steeple your knees. Let's let feet fall wide, knees fall together, arms up and overhead, holding opposite elbows. Stay right where you are, knees steeple together, elbows overhead. And we're holding just to open our chest. Letting our low back spread really wide with our steeple knees. And if you'd like another little windshield wipe in your steeple knees, that can feel really good when you're down here. Shavasana options, yogis. If there's anything else you need, movement-wise, shape-wise, please take that or make that right now. Otherwise, we can send our toes to the sky. I really love this because then you can kind of play with your feet a little bit. You can scrunch your toes and move back into your ankles like we started class with. We could find full reclined butterfly pose. Your arms are already there. If you do bound angle with your feet, blade edges together, knees wide, you're in full extended butterfly. Traditional arms and legs far from midline, corpse pose. Fetal position to rest or seated. So wherever you've chosen to go today, let's let the benefits of our practice marinate. Taking a beautiful breath in and being so super grateful for the time you made today. Kudos to you. I know how hard it is. Making the time to build strength, gain balance. We worked hard for some newfound flexibility and mobility. Coordination, always one for the fun balance aspect of it, moving and breathing together. Definitely takes a bit of coordination, so congrats on that. But most importantly, spending the time for yourself to connect with your mind, your body, your spirit, and your breath. Such a physical practice. All the postures and shapes are good fun. But most importantly, we've taken the time to slow down our busy lives. We often run this endless loop of going and doing. And when we come to our yoga mat, we come back to being. So we transform into human beings again, being one with the present moment, our breath, what is here and now, what is really real and valid and true. We transform from those human doers and human goers that we fall into so easily in life. Our practice is a very short one. We just have one little itty-bitty hour together. So Shavasana sometimes takes a backseat in my class, but I don't mean that to be disrespectful to you or your time. Shavasana is one of the most important parts of the practice. So even though it's short in our formal class together, my hope is that you'll have some extra time in your schedule to just say chill. But to honor your time, if you do have to go, it is 10:30. If you're staying, at least 3 to 5 more breaths, if not 3 to 5 minutes. But if you're getting yourself together, just maybe take a little look over one shoulder, a little look over the other, maybe a big sweep wide with your arms, flutter fingers and toes again so they come back alive. Maybe give yourself a huge hug wherever you are. You so deserve it. And when you found yourself back somewhere ready to rise, we'll meet one another with our hands at our heart centers, bowing to this practice that we've shared. Yogis, when we come together and move and breathe, we become one. It is my pleasure, my honor. I'm so grateful for you sharing your practices with me and allowing me to lead you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Namaste to me means that my light honors. You are beautiful, profound, divine lights. Namaste.